Oliver is a newcomer at Kimberly Magic Academy. On the day of the entrance ceremony, while making his way to the academy, a flower comments that he appears quite nervous and he should calm down, regardless of the dreadful future that lies ahead. Oliver ponders if the flower tells that to all first-year students. He then notices a girl in front of him, Katie, who is anxious about the dreadful future. Another student, Guy, advises them not to worry about what the pride plants say, explaining that they absorb magic particles from the ground, and those around the academy develop rather unpleasant personalities. Katie feels relieved to hear that, mentioning that she is not very knowledgeable about magical plants, but has a passion for magical fauna. Michela cautions another student, Pete, to pay attention to his footing since he nearly trampled Madame's stem and could have faced quite an insult. The flower takes offense and approaches another student, Nanao, remarking on her unusual attire. The other students all express surprise as well, noting that she resembles a samurai. Upon arriving at the academy, Guy is amazed by the display of magical fauna. He spots a dragon he has never seen before, and Oliver identifies it as a Fafnir. Guy then observes that Katie doesn't appear too pleased, even though she adores magical fauna, and she clarifies that there is a troll marching alongside them, which are gentle beings that do not deserve this treatment. She and Guy begin to dispute whether trolls are good or bad, but Pete interjects, asking them to cease as he is unable to concentrate on his reading. Oliver suggests they should discuss it later, after they have exchanged names. Katie consents and gets ready to introduce herself. However, from the crowd, a student casts Aya on her. Instantly, her legs begin to move autonomously, and she starts sprinting towards the parade and the troll. Realizing it is magic, the others chase after her. Two dogs launch an attack on the troll, but he effortlessly overcomes them. The magic fades as Katie reaches the troll and she halts. The troll gets ready to strike her, but Nanao yells at him to halt. As Katie stands frozen, Nanao starts to prepare for a confrontation with the troll. The others arrive, and Michela casts a spell to distract the troll, but it proves ineffective. The group contemplates their next move, and Oliver advises them to use a wind spell against the troll. With time running out, the others agree and cast Impetus. Oliver then employs Tibia, altering the magic to produce a sound akin to a dragon's roar. Upon hearing it, the troll turns around, searching for the dragon. Taking advantage of the moment, Nanao's hair turns white, and she strikes the troll. Although she cannot cut him, she manages to knock him out. Oliver recognizes her color change as innocent color. Nanao then expresses her gratitude for their assistance. Before the entrance ceremony begins, Oliver realizes that Nanao had no strategy when she confronted the troll. Nanao verifies this, mentioning that her katana also lacked a blade, putting her in significant danger. Oliver struggles to grasp her situation, but remembers that innocent color is a crystal-like hair through which magical particles flow with ease. Luther instructs the students to remain silent and invites the headmistress to take the stage. The headmistress Esmeralda then teleports onto the podium. She expresses her regrets about the parade incident, stating that the troll has been apprehended. Esmeralda clarifies that the academy is a venue for students to study for 7 years and prioritizes 2 essential elements: freedom and results, which essentially means that the students' lives are in their own control. Only 80% of the students manage to graduate. The remaining 20% either become permanently incapacitated when their magic spirals out of control, vanish when a summon pulls them back, or go insane and die after attempting to harm their classmates. Esmeralda subsequently asks if there are any questions, and Nanao comments that if someone has a headache, it can be alleviated by rubbing a specific area in a circular motion. Esmeralda questions whether that counts as a question, but Nanao points out that Esmeralda appears to be in pain and offers it as helpful advice. Esmeralda disregards this and continues with the ceremony, detailing that the welcome banquet is forthcoming and the students are allowed to converse among themselves. She casts a spell that causes the students to levitate and flip upside down, revealing that there were tables and chairs on the ceiling. Older students also participate in the banquet and begin conversing with the newcomers. Oliver and the other 5 students from earlier come together and choose to introduce themselves. Michela presents herself as the eldest daughter of the McFarlane family, a noble and proud lineage that has resided in Yelgland since ancient times. Guy suspects she is a McFarlane and inquires if her family is under a curse and all have curly ringlets. However, Michela discloses that the hairstyle signifies their family. Following her is Katie, who discloses that she is an exchange student from Farnland. She has a fondness for magical fauna and expresses her gratitude to everyone for rescuing her. Next, Guy shares that he comes from a lineage with a lengthy history of magical farming, and he possesses extensive knowledge about magical plants. Pete's introduction is brief, noting that his parents are non-magical. Michela realizes he enrolled as an ordinary. Oliver identifies the book Pete is reading and mentions he has read it several times. Then, it's Oliver's turn, who clarifies that his family has been magical since his grandfather's era. Lastly, Nanao shares that she is from a samurai family in Yamatsu. She was on the brink of death during a conflict, but a passing mage intervened to save her. Introducing himself as McFarlane, he invited her here. Michaela conjectures that must have been her father, who also works as a part-time lecturer at Kimberly, but she had no idea he went to such lengths to seek out students. Pete speculates that she also used an ordinary slot like him, but Nanao clarifies that she didn't take any exams or anything. Michaela reveals that each educator can recommend one student, and her father likely recommended her. Having finished the introductions, they move on to eat, and Nanao gets ready to consume the entire roast beef. Observing this, the others decide to teach her some etiquette, and Oliver slices the meat and serves it to everyone. Oliver and Pete find themselves as roommates. Oliver rises early in the morning and decides to explore the academy while it remains quiet. Outside, a voice questions why he is awake so early, revealing that she is a covert operative sent by Gwyn, assigned to watch over him until he gets settled in. Oliver inquires about her name, and she introduces herself as Teresa Karste. Oliver continues to inspect the academy and stumbles upon Nanao bathing in the fountain. Noticing this, he swiftly casts a spell, creating a curtain around the fountain. He reprimands her for bathing there, noting that everyone could see her. But Nanao explains that she is purifying herself from the blood of her last battle. Nanao realizes she forgot to bring anything to dry herself off. Oliver then offers her his mantle. Oliver reflects to himself that Nanao is peculiar and innocent, yet has a lingering smell of blood she cannot seem to shake off.